Remember, whenever you get confused in filling the DS form, I am going to again reinstate some rules. Keep to the truth as far as possible. If you have to hide something, it should be not recorded or have it on any of your certificates. Good evening, everyone. Before I start with the process of filling up the form, I would just like to run through a few points, which should take about, I think, maximum about 6 or 7 minutes. So this is to just give you an overview of how to fill the form, what the form is about. And then when we are going through a form, it will be easier because it'll be a repeat. Some of the points will be repeated, points where you need to tread with caution or to pay extra attention. Okay, as you all know, the DS-160 is the official student visa application form, right? For international students. So this is about guiding you into how to fill this form. To get to the United States, you must get a visa that allows you to stay while pursuing a degree. You need to complete this form, also known as the official non-immigrant visa application form. So this is a required form for you to enroll in an academic degree program or any vocational course of study. Actually, this is the first step which you take on your way to the US. Once you finish the DS-160, you will have just one more checkpoint before you receive your student visa, and that is the interview, for which we have given you a lot of guidance before. Zolve has conducted a lot of programs on how to face the interview. Now, the requirements for the DS form. The form is online, so there is no paper-based form to fill out. And before you start your F1 visa application form, get your documents ready to complete the computer-based application process. One technical requirement which you need to know is your internet browser must meet the following requirements. You can use Internet 11 or higher, Firefox, or Google Chrome 58. Safari and Microsoft Edge are not supported. I hope I'm clear to everyone. A show of hands that I'm clear. Okay, that's good. Now, what documents you will need to complete the DS form? There's a list of documents which we will talk about. That's a valid passport, SAVIS ID, travel itinerary, US travel history if you have any, resume or curriculum. Now, you do not have to submit your resume or CV, but you will be asked about your employment and training history. So that resume will be, CV rather, will be helpful to have when you are applying for the F1 student visa. A digital photo, which we'll talk about, and any other information you need, depending on your home country and consulate, and you may need additional information. How do you get the DS I-60 form, 160 form? You go to the Consular Electronic Application Center, CEAC website, and you can download it from there. It's the first, in fact, I think is the first icon at the top. The fees and the application process is all there. And as of I'm not sure as of now if there's been any change, but the fee is separate from the SAVIS fee. So this $160 which you pay is for including your interview. You don't have to pay for the interview process. How to fill the DS form? Just a few tips. Start the application, new application, to begin with the DS-160. Write down the application ID displayed, which I will repeat again once I start. And your application will allow you to continue your progress if your computer crashes. So in case you have some problem, answer all the questions on each page, following the instructions closely. If you do not answer any of the required questions, your DS-160 application will not be processed. Then regarding the language, all your answers should be in English. There's a provision for translation, in case for those who don't know English. Once you finish reading, reread your answers carefully so that you don't make any mistakes. Sign in your application. Now, here's a very big tip. Do not sign in unless you check, recheck, and recheck, because once you sign in, that's it. You can't do any editing after that. Once submitted, you will see a confirmation page. This takes generally about anywhere between 75 to 90 minutes is what they say for the DS-160. Could be faster if you have all your information at hand. And that's it. Now, having said that, I would like to just go and start the presentation. Manshi, is it okay now if I can start?
Yes, sir, we can
All
start.
right. Let's go down. Can you go down to sign in, please? Yeah. This is how it will look. On this website, you can apply for the US immigrant visa. So fill out the application on the site. Filling out the application on the site is the first process. Then you can move on to the next steps. To get started, select a location where you will be applying for the visa, that is here. And enter the code as shown. Here it is KW865. So you can start an application, upload an application, or retrieve. All three are there. Can you come down, please? Then there's a sign-in photo that is displayed for posts that require photo upload. Then you apply for a non-immigrant visa, same thing. And then you upload an application. This is how it looks, file path. And this is retrieving the application. You'll need this 2 times in case you want to rework something or you want to check after you get a confirmation. Okay, so this is the application information. 2 things which you'll need. You'll need your passport ID, your application ID, and the answer to the security question which you choose on this page. This is the ID which I've highlighted in yellow. Application information, page 6. Okay, come down. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Now, if you come down, you can see the drop-down list. These are the options which you can choose for your security question. All right. Going on to the next page. Now, here you start. On each page, you will find displayed for all applicants, which means we are focusing on F1 visa. So when I say when it's highlighted, displayed, that means pay attention to that page. This is a PDF. They answered yes to all questions so that all the other fields would be visible for you. Okay, look at this page, personal information number 1. You have an OMB control number on the top right, form number, expiration date, and okay, that's the estimated time. Now remember one thing, whatever, as far as possible, whatever you fill in on the DS-160, make sure it is exactly the name, same as your passport. So this is pretty easy. The first personal information is your surname and your given name. Okay. And the third one, full name in native alphabet, in case you have your name in a native alphabet. Otherwise, it doesn't apply. Just click the small box, does not apply. Okay, I'm on page 7. Have you ever used other names made in religious professional? Preferably no, but here's a tip. In case if you have some documents where you have used some other names, then you may have to mention it. There's nothing to worry about it. If you have some other names, you can write and you give the other names used. But the best thing would be say no. Just check. The next one, do you have a telecode that represents your name? So generally, this will be no. This is if you have a 4-digit code number that represents the characters So most probably it will be no. And no, otherwise you'll have to mention this. Of course, here your sex, male or female, marital status if it is there. Other is mentioned here just to show you this field. This is a fairly simple date and place of birth, city, state, province. Personal information number 2, that's on page 8. Do you hold or have you held any nationality other than the one indicated above on nationality? It will be yes or no. If it is yes, then you may have to mention what is the other country that you had. Enter all nationalities you currently hold and all nationalities you have previously held, regardless of whether you have formally or legally relinquished the nationality. Do you hold a passport for the other country? Yes or no? Simple. And if you have, passport number. Are you a permanent resident of a country, region other than your country, region of origin? It will be yes, so it will be no, but if it's yes, then you have to mention the other permanent residents of the country here. There's a drop-down list here. Unfortunately, we are limited with this. I can't drop down the list. Now, this is very important. National identification number. Please note, national ID number is the unique number that the government provides. The US government provides unique numbers to those who seek employment, social security, etc. But remember, Indians, we don't have a national identification number. So just tick does not apply. Many misunderstood that there's a misunderstanding that this should be the Aadhaar card number, but no, the country does not permit you to share your Aadhaar card number for this. So the next one, of course, obviously will be does not apply, and the next two will be does not. Okay.
So do you think we should
I'm just going to say that we'll stop here now because the personal information is over. We have to go to travel information next. So any questions on this, please let me know.
Yeah, you guys can raise your hand and then we can give you access to ask your question. Okay, Roshan Sharma.
Hi. So when I started the DS-160, right, the first section when starting, I chose Kolkata. I am applying for Kolkata. But when I booked my visa slot, I applied for Chennai. So is that a problem?
No, you can always change that. You can, there is a provision. You can always later go back and change that. You can tell them that I have, there's a provision for you when you go into the consulate to tell them that this is what I put initially, but I changed my name. I changed it to Chennai. Why did you do that? Why did you make that mistake?
Sir, actually, I planned to do in Kolkata. So I made the DS-160 number. Then I applied for the visa slot. In that, I didn't get Kolkata.
You can just explain that, but that you can very clearly say that.
So I do not need to do anything from my side right now. When I physically go there, I will have to search it, right?
You have to explain.
Okay, thank you so much.
Anyone have any question? You can raise your hand and we'll give you the access to talk and ask your question.
Yeah, it's a very clearly says there's a mention there what happens. In fact, it's one of the frequently asked questions. If I select a US embassy or country where I'll be applying for a visa and later make an interview appointment at another embassy. So the embassy or consulate at which you actually apply should be you should be able to access it in your form using the barcode on your DS-160. However, they will accept if you go there and tell them that yeah, you have an urgent reason to travel to that city, or you can give whatever reason you want. So you changed it and nothing, no problem. You can go ahead with it.
Cool. I
Thank
think
you.
we don't have any other questions, so we can move ahead with the forms.
Yeah, I'm going ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Now coming to travel information, again for all, have you made specific travel plans? You set to yes. and to other person, just for the sake of showing the other fields. Stand this a little. Yeah. Purpose of trip to the US. And here there's a drop-down list. Here it will be F1 student visa. Have you made specific travel plans? If you made, it's easy. You can put in the dates. In case you have not made, you can provide an estimated date, and then arrival flight, city, date of departure. They are fairly simple. I think there's nothing complicated here. Provide the locations you plan to visit in the US. Yeah, you can write that there. Address where you will stay in the US. That's given. Is self-explanatory. Street address, city, state. Then the information, surname of the person paying for the trip. So given surname and given names of the person paying for the trip and the telephone number, the email address, the relationship. There's a drop down, whether it's a parent, it can be an uncle, it can be a brother, whatever it is. Based on the drop down list, you can select. Make sure the same is mentioned in your I-20, because in your I-20, you would have mentioned the plan for funds. So how you are planning to fund yourself. So it should tally with that. It's better. If it doesn't, also there's no problem. You can always make if there's a change, you can always say that at that time, maybe my father wanted to sponsor, but late paternal uncle came forward. You can always give an explanation. It's not going to affect your visa. Is the address of the party, can you see my questions? Is the address of the party paying for your trip the same as your home or mailing address? Yes or no? If it's yes, you will not see all this. It was purposely selected no, so you can see this. If it is no, then the address is all the same. Address, street address, city, state, province, and country. Travel information continued. The purpose of the trip to the US, you can select a class. This is for a study visa, F1 visa. Have you made specific travel plans? Again, this is how it is going to look.
This is same, we can skip.
Same thing, yes. This is after you fill in, it's going to look like that. Now the travel, doesn't apply. Travel information, standard visas, I'm on page 11, Manshi. This doesn't apply to you.
So we'll skip this.
We'll skip this. I'll go through this. Just a minute. Yeah.
A visas.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
this doesn't apply to you. A visas doesn't apply to you. Okay. A visas for government officials. No, it doesn't apply.
So they will have this option when they fill it, or they won't have?
No. This option, they have just shown you the whole DS form. You just have to ignore this.
But for them, this option won't come.
It won't come. It won't come.
Okay.
Once you click F1 at the top, no, when you do the drop down, you won't get this. So all this depends on, these are showing all the options.
Correct.
Okay.
One is also.
This is E1, E2, that is trade, not applicable for you. We can skip through this. This is non-principal applicants. No, it doesn't apply to you.
This one,
No,
USC
doesn't apply. Doesn't apply.
doesn't apply.
UC, USCIS. Displayed,
Non-principal.
that is child of spouse, etc., who have selected these following visas.
Okay.
F1B and all that. That's it. That's CW, E2C, H1B, H1C. So F1 is not here. So this is the travel information related to those. Now here, travel companions information. This is important. Page 70. Are you on page 70?
Yeah, I am on page 17.
All right. Here, this applies to you, to the F1 visa. Are there any other persons traveling with you? Now, any other persons traveling with you is yes, if you are traveling with family, whether they're part of an organized tour, part of a performing group or athletic team. But you do not need to list individuals who are traveling for the purpose of employment, even if it's with the same employer. So are you traveling as a group or as an organization? It will be no. Then the surnames of the person traveling, in case it is, it doesn't have traveling, if it is there. Surname of the person, if anybody's traveling with you, given name of the person and the relationship. Now, this previous US travel information. Have you ever been to the US? This can be yes or no. If you have been before, the date and length of stay. If you are unsure about when you visit, sometimes you might have visited, and if you're unsure, you can provide an estimated date. Did you or not ever hold a US driver's license? If yes, driver's license number and in which state you held that license. Most probably, most of y'all will say no. Have you ever been issued a US visa? Maybe if you went on a visit visa, yes. Otherwise, no. Date last visa was issued is clear. The visa number. Enter the 8-digit number that is displayed in red at the lower right-hand side of your visa. Has your US visa ever been lost or stolen? Yes or no? If it is yes, then you may have to give an explanation where you lost it and whatever little details you have. Has your US visa ever been cancelled or revoked? Yes or no? And if it is yes, explanation. Have you ever been refused a US visa or been refused admission to the United States? Or withdrawn your application for admission at the port of entry? Same thing, yes or no? And if it's yes, you give. And like if you have gone for a F1 visa and you were refused, most candidates face a problem of not being able to clearly inform the reason. But you can say that reason is not clear, but probably it is okay to make, probably I was a little nervous and didn't answer well. That could be the probable reason. You can write that. Has anyone ever filed an immigrant petition on your behalf with the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services? Generally, it should be no. But if it's yes, then you may have to give an explanation. Can we stop here? Any more questions on that so far?
If you guys have any question, you can raise your hand.
Yes.
Okay.
Sheikh
Rohan
Makbul.
Roshan has a question again.
Hi. So if I don't have an address where I will be staying in the US before visa, then what to do in that case? Can I give my university address or how it works?
Definitely. You can give the address of your university for the timing, and you can give an explanation if it is there. If you do not yet, you can say that.
Thank you. Thank you so
But
much.
don't say not applicable.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, Beneath, you also have a question.
Yes, ma'am. I want to ask there what should I write in why were you refused visa for third attempt, sir?
So 3 attempts. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Now third.
Okay. Have they given you a reason?
No, sir. Only 214 both times.
Okay, that 214B is a very wide, vague
Yes,
kind of a thing. It is, they consider you a probable immigrant.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what it means. But what you can say is, don't throw light on that. You can say that probably 3 times you said, right?
Yes, sir.
You must now review how you performed in those 3 interviews. In fact, when I coach for F1 visa interviews, this is what I spend most time on for people who have got rejected, on how to say why you have been rejected without losing grace.
How many lines should I write, sir?
You say I've been rejected 3 times. I have been rejected most probably because of my communication. At that time, I was not very clear about my communication. Oh, you can say that for the first 2 times, you were not adequately, you didn't have adequate enough courses to support the course you were pursuing. So in between, you added on some courses, and then you went for the third time, and then you went for the
So 3 to 4 lines will be okay now.
not more than 3 to 4 lines actually,
Okay, sir.
not
Okay.
more than that. The more you write, start going to just 3, 4 lines. So you can say that you have supported yourself by doing some additional courses because you felt it was not enough to support the course you are pursuing. That is one reason. If it was one rejection, then you can say I was a little nervous. Or like a second case, I had forgotten to mention my source of funds. Like, for example, I only showed the funds my family is giving and my savings. I forgot to mention that I've applied for a loan. Perhaps that is the reason. So you can, it all depends. I need to know the background to help you better.
Yes, sir.
This is a very, in fact, a very frequent area where we have to spend time on and trying to coach people about going for another interview.
Yes, sir.
The more number of rejections, the more difficult it is, but not impossible.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Can I
Yeah,
go ahead?
Muhammad Arman.
One more?
I think 2 more, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Sheikh Makbul again.
Muhammad, can you ask your question? Okay, I think Muhammad is not there.
All right, okay.
Hi, Reddy. Just 1 second, sir.
Hi. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I can say in the travel section, we will have one option. This have you made the specific travel plans, right? One.
Yes.
So I go with no. In that, see after that immediate intended length of stay in US.
Yes.
For that, in my I-20, it was mentioned clearly that 13th January 2025 to
2 years, right?
28th May 2027.
Yes.
So would I go with 2 years or 3 years?
No, you're going for the 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Match everything. See, thumb rule. In case you ever get confused and you forget,
Yes.
match everything with passport, match everything with I-20, and you're
Yes.
safe.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Even if there's any difference, no problem. Go with the passport and I-20 first when you're confused. Then that's the safe way out.
Yes.
Thumb
Yeah.
rule. Okay.
Thank you.
Cool. I think we can move ahead on the form.
We'll move ahead, right?
I think this is really important. As we were discussing, we also realized that explaining the need to mention social media platform is really important.
Yeah, that's a very, very important point. Coming to that now. Yeah. Now, address displayed for all non-Agnoto applicants. Forget about that. That doesn't apply to you. And page 20 also doesn't apply to you. Passport information, right? We are on page 21, right?
Correct, sir.
Okay. Passport, travel document type. Passport or travel, it'll be passport for you. And if it's other, you can explain, but you won't get it. Once you write passport, then you will just have the passport travel document number and passport book number. Now here, I've got to spend some time. Don't get confused between passport number and the book number. Okay. I'll just give you a moment, please. Passport number. The passport number is what you see on the is the number with your details in the front page. Now the passport book number If you go to the last page, you'll have the details. It will be on the top right-hand corner. So that is the passport number. The passport number is something which they give you at the time of printing your passport. It is related to the stocks. So that is not the important passport number. So it will be a travel number. Your travel document officially is just your passport number. But you will have both. Country that issued the passport and the travel document is very clear here. Where was the passport issued? The city in which it was issued, the state, the country. Date of issue, expiry date. Generally, you should have at least 6 months of validity beyond the date of your visa application or your arrival in the US. Have you ever lost a passport or had one stolen? I hope it will be no, but if it's yes, you can say. Then US point of contact information. This is your point of contact.
Are we on page 21, sir?
I am on page 22 now.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have indicated.
Yeah.
Okay. US point of contact is the next. Contact person, the surname, the given names, and the organization name. Then the relationship, the address and phone number of the point of contact. In this case, it will be if you're going to stay in the campus, particularly, it will be a university address, city, state, zip code, if it is known, phone number, email address of the person. Okay, now it comes to the family information. The family information, relatives, the father's name, surname, given name, date of birth. Is your father still living? Yes. The address, city, province. Is your father in the US? Yes, it will be no. But if it's yes, then you'll have to give the status of your father. What status he has in the US? Same thing with the mother. Full name, surname, given name, date of birth. Repeat. Now, this is after you fill it up, this is how it's going to look. Now, if those who have adopted parents, then you have to give your adopted parents' names. Do you have any immediate relatives, not including parents, in the US? That means your fiance or spouse or child, sibling, is all considered immediate relatives. Preferably, no helps if you don't have anyone when you are applying for a student visa. It is one way of preventing an 214B. Family information spouse. This is for K3 applicants, doesn't apply for you. That is for finance and foreign citizen spouse. No, doesn't apply. We can skip this. Manshi, I'm on 26.
Okay.
Then family information partner, I'm on page 26. This is displayed for, not for you, for all applicants who are in civil domestic partnership or personal information. So generally it won't be applied for you. Then family information, again, related to fiance in case of a male or female, either way. Former spouse, you can skip. At this stage in your lives, I'm sure you can skip. Deceased spouse, you can skip. I'm on 29.
Okay. 29 we have skipped, right?
Yeah, skip 29. That's why I didn't. 30.
Okay.
Family information, children. If you have any children, yes or no. Number of children, surnames, given names, place of birth, city. Is this child traveling to the United States with you? No. Oh, yes. This is just traveling to the US at a later date to join you. Even if she is, or the child is, at this point, it's better you say no. Less complication. Now this comes to, I'm going into present work education, which is on page 31. Any questions now? Like to hold up a little?
Yeah, Poonam has a question.
Yes.
Yes, Poonam.
Hello.
Yeah, Poonam.
Hello.
Yes,
Am I
Poonam.
audible, sir?
I can hear you.
Hello.
Okay. So now no.
Yes,
I
Poonam.
have
Please go on.
I have a query for my friend, right? Uh,
Poonam, I think you're breaking up.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Sheikh Makbul. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for. I'm waiting for a long time, sir. The problem is in DS-160, I have 7 times denied, sir. Refuse. Regarding the, I don't know, maybe what's wrong with me. Maybe it's a like university issue. Regional. I was going last 3 times for regional university. I don't know that. But my question is, what I mentioned in the refuse box, will I mention all these things 7 attempts, or will attempts only? I don't know the exact reasons due to the nervous.
Reached at that part of the form, sir.
Sorry?
Refuse box, sir. Refuse in the refuse box.
Have we
Refuse.
reached at that point in the form? Like we are going through the form, right? Can you tell him when we will be at that point where you can explain about?
I already raised the hand, but you did not give me the chance, ma'am.
Okay, now, whom am I?
Please.
Sheikh Makbul, is it?
Sir. Yes, yes, sir. Please kindly help me, sir, about regarding this.
No, I will.
I'm very.
I'm here to help you. Don't worry about that. But
I request.
this-
Thank you so much, sir. I'm very.
that's okay. In the DS-160 form, if you have been rejected, no matter how many times, they know about it. They definitely.
Yes, sir.
And maybe the interviewer who was interviewing at that time may not know, but he has access to that information. So
Yes, sir.
one thumb rule which I mentioned, everything that you say should be as accurate as possible, no deviation. Okay.
Okay.
Even a,
Okay.
even a that's a confirmation they take from you. So stick to the facts. Don't feel bad about it. But
Yes.
the help on, I don't know what's wrong with me and why I have failed 7 times. I can always help you, or Zolve can help you on a one-on-one personal interview. And we can
Okay.
give you a very good guidance. Either me or one of the many panelists, experts they have on their panel can very easily help you with that.
Okay.
And give you all the support.
Okay.
I'm sure. You can contact Zolve on that later.
Okay.
And
So
I'm sure you
can
get
you
it.
please share me your contact details or your client panels, whatever is it?
I think you
I will
can,
definitely.
Zolve will give you those contacts.
So let me explain this. So Sheikh, what it's very simple. All you need to do is download this Zolve banking app. Go to the store section, go to expert help. There you'll find many experts, including Brian Sir's services there. Just go ahead, fill the form and book the session, and the team will connect back to you in 24 hours, and you will have a session scheduled with sir. And if you need any other expert, you can book a session with them, and you will have
Okay.
a one-on-one session with them by paying a very small fees in the next 24 hours of booking.
How much amount I have to pay, ma'am?
You can check on the app. It's
Okay.
very pricing.
Can you please share, if you don't mind, can you please share me the app? What is that? I don't know. Zolve
Zolve, Zolve, Zolve banking.
Banking.
Bank.
Banking. Okay. Banking. All right.
And any of you, if you have any confusion, if you feel stuck somewhere, you can always reach out to hello@zolve.com. You can write your query at hello@zolve.com, and the support team will be able to solve all your queries.
It's a Zolve Global Banking, right?
Yes, Sheikh.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Even after this, from my side, after this session is over, if you have missed some communication or you got a doubt later which you didn't get while we were going through this or time did not permit, through Zolve, you can always feel free to send me a query and I will answer your questions. Not an issue.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir. If you are free, once you're free, just I will ping you, sir. For how to contact, I don't know for you.
You have to go through Zolve. You contact Zolve already. I think
Okay.
formed. So you've got the avenue open for you. So utilize that. And then they will
Sure.
direct your queries because being this session, they will direct it to me, and I will be
Okay.
happy to help you. Anyone.
Yeah, sir. Sure, sir.
You are
Yeah,
there.
sure, sir. Definitely, because I don't have time. It's like almost 20 days remaining for interview, and I'm going for the Stephen Institute of Technology this time, a better university.
I wish you all the best, but don't worry, we are here to
Thank
help.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Right. Can I proceed, Manj?
I think, sir, we have 2-3 more queries. I think.
Okay, go ahead. But we have time. Yeah, go ahead.
So Janya, if I'm not butchering the name, so Janya, can you ask a question?
Yes, ma'am. I recently completed my undergraduation and I am unemployed. What to fill in the description box? I did not did any internship
No,
between.
not necessary. You can just say institution where you have studied.
Okay, but what should I clearly mention there? Like
The
Like-
forms are very clear. You can say if the cells are very clear for you to fill up. Only the institution where you studied and what course you have done. Okay, actually, we are coming into this section now. Actually, you are jumping the gun a little, but if you wait for a little while, we'll come to it. In fact, we are on that page now. We are going into that page now.
Yeah, then in that case, we can take Poonam's question, and I hope, so Janya, your question will be answered as we move forward to the form.
No, I think your question will be answered in the session itself.
okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank
Next.
you, Janya. Poonam, would you like to ask a question?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, this is in regards with one of my friend's question, but she has a family function, so she couldn't attend the seminar. So I'm attending on behalf of her, and moreover, I'm also going with her for US, and we have interview on 29th, this 29th on in Delhi, right?
Friday.
So I have she has, for me, this is the first time I'm applying, and for her, this is the third time she's doing the application, and like in one of the consulates she was only rejected just because she belongs to one community, wherein the consulate officer had a doubt that she wouldn't come back, right? So what shall we put in the DS-160 form that the rejection reason?
What did they tell her at the interview?
Now, the officer actually took the passport also, but when he went, he looked into the I-20, and honestly speaking, her name is Riya Patel, and she was just, asked that, oh, you Patel, you will not come back. So, that was the only reason she was given a rejection on.
That is the discretion of you get some interviewers who are a little biased for some reason, or they had, I know that something that I really cannot help you with, but you
But
can't
then what
change
shall
career,
we put
right?
it into the
You can't
reason of
change anything.
rejection?
Reason, just say I'm not very sure. It's better you don't mention this Patel thing and all that. You just say I'm not very sure about. I've answered well. I really couldn't get a clear indication of why. Because the chance is that if you go again, it's not necessary that you'll get the same interviewer.
Right.
You may get another, unless you're so lucky.
So, but then
the
is
same
it okay if I get into the same consulate, or I shall change the consulate?
To be on the safe side, change, no?
Okay. Okay.
So at least
Yes.
by a random based thing, you won't get the same interviewer.
Right. True.
It's just to
All
be-
right. So that was the only question.
if you have somebody who's
And-
biased like that against a community or a clan or whatever, then that's not going to change in a matter of months. So it's better that you do that, I would suggest. Again,
Right. Sir.
that's not expert advice. That's only a suggestion.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
It's a feel good thing, just to make you feel comfortable.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, fine. Can I proceed, Manshi, or there are more show of hands?
I think we should proceed.
Okay.
I'm just putting a link for everyone to check out the Zolve, check out Zolve and experts session where they can book a session with you by paying a very small fees. So guys, I have put a link in the description box. You can just click on that, add your phone number, sign up, and then you have to go to the expert session to book a session with Brian sir. Okay, all right.
Can I go ahead?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I'm on page 31.
Okay.
Somebody asked about the course and institution, right? So now this page, present work, education, training, information. This is concerning your current employment or your education. So the primary occupation, here you can, there's a drop-down list. You will not get this other, but you can say you're studying or whatever course you did. If you worked present employer or if you work present employer, if not, your school name or institution name. The address, state, province, all this is self-explanatory. This doesn't apply to you, does not apply. Monthly income does not apply. Then going to page 32. Okay. Previous work, education, training, information. This is your employment information for the last 5 years that you were employed. So all of you are students. For those of you who are students, this will not apply. So if it's previously employed, it will be no. This is especially to the person who asked the question, no here, and all this will not be there. Have you attended any educational institution at a secondary level above? This is important. So yes, name.
So we are in page, sorry.
I'm on page 32.
32, correct. Have you attended any education institute?
Yes, at a secondary level or above? This answers the question which we were asked earlier. Yes, the name of the institution, the address. The course of study. Below country, you can see the course of study. So you can see the comment, there's a help here for middle school, junior highs, or high school of study. Please indicate academic or vocational. For all other educational levels, please indicate your major or your concentration. That's a tip given for you. Now, additional work, education, training, information. Additional work. Provide the following work, education, or training related information. Provide complete, accurate information. Now here, do you belong to a clan or tribe? If you say yes, then you have to say what clan you belong. In India, I don't know how many tribes there are. There are about a good number of tribes. Some of the names I don't know, but it's easier. Life's easier if you say no. Provide a list of languages you speak that you don't need help with. Have you traveled to any countries or regions within the last 5 years? Yes, if you have done, whether it's a holiday, whatever it is, if it is on your passport and it is stamped, please mention, and you can keep adding another. There's an icon there to add, keep adding, and you can say reason for visiting is holiday or tourist or whatever it is. Have you resided in any country region for 6 months or longer since you attained 16 years of age? Same thing. If yes, you can mention. Otherwise, no. Have you belonged to, contributed to, or worked for any professional, social, or charitable organization? If it is yes, you can say. You can mention the organization's name. Have you ever been a member of the Taliban? Of course, no. Even if you were, do you have any specialized skills or training, such as firearms, explosives, or chemical? No. Have you ever served in the military? This can be yes or no. And if it is there, you can fill in these details: country, branch, rank, military specialty, date of service from to. Have you ever served? I'm on 33, Manshi.
Yeah, we are on 33, end of 33.
Have you ever served in, been a member or been involved with a paramilitary unit, a vigilante unit, a rebel group, guerrilla group, or insurgent? It will be no. Going to 34. This is important, security and background. Do you have a communicable disease of public health significance? Let's all this sort of stuff? No, it will be no. Do you have a mental or physical disorder that poses or is likely to pose a threat to the safety or welfare of yourself or others? No. Are you or have ever been a drug abuser or addict? No. Do you have, please note that even if you have been, it doesn't mean that you'll get rejected. If you have some indication that you have to admit, I mean, you have got proof or it has been, you have been earlier in the US and then you had, if anybody had a case, definitely that would be, they would have access to that information, in which case it has to be mentioned that yes, you had, but you had, that has been taken care of and now you've been living in a state of sobriety. So, but generally it should be no. And I'm just indicating that no does not necessarily mean that you'll be stamped with a refusal, not necessarily. Do you have documentation to establish that you have received vaccinations in accordance with the US law? No. If you have yes, then you have to mention them here. 35.
Should we take some questions first?
All right. Okay, before we go to part 2. All right.
Muhammad Arman. Muhammad Arman, you can ask a question.
Sir, good evening, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you're audible. Yes, you are.
Sir, in that where you previously employed, I put the no or yes, sir.
Can you say that again a little slower?
Sir, where you previously employed, I kept yes or no, sir? No.
No, if you were previously employed, you can say where you were employed previously, company, the institute, the company name, and what position you were employed as, what you were employed. If not, just say no.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, previously a month salary are keeping the brief to describe your duties, are keeping the rules and responsibility. Then afterwards, they are asking where you previously employed. That's the point of.
I have not
Not
understood
getting
that.
so.
Can you repeat that, please? Mind saying that again?
Sir, before that, briefly describe your duties. While I am previously employed, I kept the rules and responsibility in the column of the
Roles.
description.
Did you say roles
Yes,
and
sir.
responsibilities?
Yeah, sir. I kept it. Then after he asked where you previously employed, then just you have to keep the no or yes. I mean,
Manshi, did you understand that? Help me out.
Honestly, even I am not able to comprehend what he is trying to say.
I think I'll try to help you. I'll tell you what I think you're asking me. You were employed previously and you gave some roles and responsibilities and they're asking again previous employed. So what I gather,
yeah, sir. Yeah.
you could have been previously employed in 2 companies or 3 companies.
Acha, okay.
So you
If
can
I
just,
work only one company, just we have to mention the rules and responsibility. And previously employed means if you are worked to another company, we cannot keep the yes, no, sir. That's the main.
you don't have to go to that depth of roles and responsibilities and all. Just say where you worked as a software engineer or as a software associate engineer or full stack engineer. That's good enough. You can say something.
Okay.
I did.
Sir, provide the list of languages you speak. Just you have to mention the languages of English,
Yes,
Hindi,
of
Telugu.
course.
Just you have to mention.
Yes, you can mention. Why not? Why the doubt?
Sir, do you belong to a clan or tribe? Just we have to mention no answer. Do you belong to a clan or tribe?
Do you plan to
Travel.
travel?
No, sir.
Take
It's
your
okay, sir. Thank you.
Ask me.
Mohammed, or you can type your question in the chat box. I think that way it will be clear for us to understand and we'll able to give you a answer faster.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Sure.
Thank you, Mohammed. Yeah, Fani, if you can go ahead and ask a question.
Hello. Hi, sir.
Yeah, Divakar, huh? Whom am I speaking to?
Yeah, this is funny.
Funny. Okay, yes, Funny. Tell me.
Sir, as previously you was explaining in the previous, in the previous tabs, where you mentioned that if there is a like previously refused or something in the box, as you mentioned that because of the things, because we were nervous and quite something.
You're going back to why you were rejected,
Mhm.
right?
Sorry?
You're going
Yeah,
back to why
you
you
were-
were rejected in the
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
Okay. Ah,
In that one, as you mentioned, like we were saying, it's our first attempt or something we are able to speak, and we were quite little nervous and we can't focus. So, I mean, like if we can say that one, and as the visa officer types something when they were asking some questions and they will be listening to us and they were also typing. So, will they be able to sync with the things the previous officer had a look up?
so let me see if I understood you. That you're saying that while I was talking to the visa officer, he was preoccupied. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, sir.
Then
I mean, like, see, I got a refusal.
you got a refusal. I understood.
Yeah, we will mention in that box what is the reason. See, I can able to mention I was quite nervous. That's what it has been refused or something.
Very
Maybe.
good.
Yeah. The thing is now when we are going to different consulate or something,
Yes.
I mean, previous visa officer notes will be there attached to my once the passport number and all the things. So
Yes.
when the new visa officer has been checking in the new consulate, so will he be getting to the points whatever I am associated to the my previous officer?
No, he will not know unless some comment has been made. He can have access to that information, but generally they don't, because see, it's only for 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, in 2 minutes. Yeah, last time also they asked just 3 questions and he straight away given to 14B, and I didn't understand what is the reason. I mean, he was continuously keep on rejecting the guys in that counter. I didn't understand. Straight away he's giving the printed copy of 214B. That's it. Just 3 questions. Which university, which city you are going in there. That's it. So sorry, scan your fingers and reject it.
I can see other people also have questions. Roshan, you have a question again. Divakar, beneath. I mean, we are trying to move ahead to the form. Would you mind posting your question in the chat box and then sir can take it on?
Yeah, refusal and other refusal just.
Okay, people who are asking question in the Q&A section will take these questions at the end of the session. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, sir, you're back. We can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, would you like to continue answering Funny, his answer?
Yes, I would. Go ahead, Funny, please.
Sir, I mean, that's what my question. I mean, like he was asking just 3 questions and straight away rejected.
No, my point was, what is your apprehension? You
mean,
said that you told him that you were nervous, so that's the genuine reason, right? You think you were nervous and you got rejected, right?
I mean, I was not so nervous, sir, because see, I thought really I will get the visa, but what's the reason why visa officer not interested to give? And I was still confused because on that day,
Oh, that's right. You're not sure, but do you have any idea why you didn't get rejected?
no, I didn't know,
Why
sir.
you didn't get accepted, rather?
No. Just he asked 3 questions. Which university?
They always ask 2 or 3 questions.
Yeah, that's it. In 3 questions, how I can able to psychologically judge the thing, because he really wants to reject the thing. That's what he's.
That's why, because you can't judge psychologically or otherwise, the best thing would be to say, probably, I was nervous. That's the easiest way out.
Okay.
And everybody can get nervous. Everybody gets nervous.
Okay.
So that's not an issue.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that one will be fine, sir. So I mean, like, will they be able to check with the previous visa officer notes what he will be typing or something he will be typing with when we are having a discussion? So what he is typing, we don't know.
All information is accessible if they want to.
Okay, yeah, that's what the thing.
Once you go for a visa interview, everything's accessible.
Yeah.
But somebody who wants to access.
Yeah. because obviously they will access. The thing
Yes.
is, he wants to able to, yeah,
Right.
that's what I will say, sir.
The details you fill in DS-160 stays in the internet for 50 years, right?
Yes, yes.
So
Yeah,
it's
it will be
really,
in
really
the,
important to fill all the right information.
yes, obviously, right
Am I
information.
right, sir?
Ethically is perfect at the first instance, because it will be in the US history. If you are accepted, rejected. Yeah.
Okay, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, Fani. We can move ahead on the form, sir.
All right, can I continue?
Yeah, we should continue.
I am page 35.
Okay.
Security and background again. Have you ever been arrested or convicted of any offenses? Surely it will be no. Have you ever violated or engaged in a conspiracy? No. Are you coming to the United States to engage in prostitution or unlawful commercialized vice? So have you been engaged in prostitution or procuring prostitutes within the slave trade? Whatever they're talking about, it will be no, definitely. You ever been involved in, or do you seek to engage in money laundering? No. Have you ever committed or conspired to commit a human trafficking in the United States or outside of the United States? It will be no. Have you ever knowingly aided, abetted, assisted, or collided with any individual who has committed or conspired to commit a severe human trafficking offense? All these things will be no. So are your spouse related to this field? No, it will be no. I don't have to read through everything here. It's very clear. Are you a spouse, son, or daughter of an individual who has been identified by the President of the United States as a person who plays a significant role in a severe form of trafficking? No. Are you the spouse, son, daughter of? All these will be no. Okay. Continuing with security and background, part 3. Do you seek to engage in espionage, sabotage, export control violations, or any other alleged illegal activity while in the United States? No. Do you seek to engage in terrorist activities? No. Have you ever, or do you intend to provide financial assistance to terrorists? No. Are you a member or representative of a terrorist organization? No. Are you the spouse, son of terrorists? No. Have you ever ordered, incited, committed, assisted, or otherwise participated in genocide? No. All these are no. Have you ever committed, ordered, incited, assisted, or otherwise participated in torture? No. Have you involved in extrajudicial killings, political killings? No. Have you ever engaged in the recruitment or use of child soldiers? No. 37, Manshi?
Yeah.
Hello? I'm on 37?
Yes, sir. We are on 36.
We are on the same page. Literally. Have you, while serving as a government official, been responsible for or directly carried out at any time particularly severe violations of religious freedom? No. Member of or affiliated with the communist or other totalitarian party? No. Ever directly or indirectly assisted? This is all easy. It's just no. Have you ever, through abuse of governmental or political position, converted for personal gain, confiscated or expropriated property in a foreign nation? It will be no. Are you a spouse, minor child, or agent of someone who, through abuse on governmental or political position, converted for personal gain? No. Have you ever disclosed or trafficked in confidential US business information? No. Are you again the spouse, child of one who has done so? No. Have you ever been directly involved in establishment or enforcement of population controls? Forcing a woman to undergo abortion? No. Have you ever directly involved in coercive transplantation of human organs? No. This is coercive. So coming to page 38.
Yeah.
Have you ever been a subject of removal or deportation hearing? No. If you have, yes, and you have to explain. Have you ever sought to obtain or assist others to obtain a visa entry into the United States or any other United States immigration benefit by fraud or willful misrepresentation of other unlawful means? No. Have you failed to attend a hearing on removability or inadmissibility within the last 5 years? No. Have you ever been unlawfully present, overstayed the amount of time granted by an immigration official or others violated the terms of US visa? No. But this can be, yes, sometimes if you have overstayed and if you have got out of it and if you have paid the due fines or and explained why you have stayed, you can mention it here. Don't say no if it has happened to you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Are you a subject to a civil penalty under INA 274C? No. Have you been ordered removed from the US during last 5 years? No. All this is no. This also, have you ever been ordered removed from the US for a second time in the last 20 years? Unlawfully present during the last 10 years? No. Have I ever been convicted of an aggravated felony? No. Unlawfully present in the US for more than 180 days, but no more than a year, and I have voluntarily departed the US within the last 3 years. Again, no, but if it is there, then you mention. Because these facts will be known. Have you ever been unlawfully present in the US for more than 1 year in the aggregate at the time during the past 10 years? No. Have you ever been removed or deported from any country? No. Page 40.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever withheld custody of a US citizen child outside the United States from a person granted legal custody by a US court? Will obviously be no in your case. Have you voted in the United States in violation of any law or regulation? No. Have you ever renounced United States citizenship for the purpose of avoiding taxation? It will be no. Are you a former exchange visitor, that is J visa, who has not yet fulfilled the 2-year foreign residence requirement? If it is yes, then you have to explain. If you have been on an exchange student visa before, then you have to explain this. Do you seek to enter the United States for purpose of performing skilled or unskilled labor, but have not been certified by the Secretary of Labor? It will be yes or no. And if it is yes, you have to explain when you have been there, when you sought such kind of entry. Are you a graduate of a foreign medical school seeking to perform medical services? In your case, no. Are you a healthcare worker seeking to perform such work in the United States but have not yet received certification from the government? So, no. Are you permanently ineligible for US citizenship? No. Have you ever departed the United States in order to evade military service? No. All these are no. Are you coming to the US to practice polygamy? No. Has the Secretary of Homeland Security of the United States ever determined that you knowingly made a frivolous application for asylum? Sorry. No. Page 41. This does not apply to you. We can skip this page. This is all for trade and business. So page 41 can be skipped. E-visa, page 42 can be skipped.
Okay.
43 can be skipped. 44, just a minute, I'll tell you where you can go straight away.
I mean, we are skipping it, but the students won't see these options on their form.
No,
right?
they won't see these options. Once they put F1 visa from the drop-down list, they won't get all this. So that's why we're skipping this. These are all for trade and business exchange entry. So we are going straight down to Even in the application contact. It's the same thing as the F1, but only it is for, yeah. Come to page 54.
We are at page 54.
This is the additional point of contact. So I think, I don't think you have any questions, right, on this, because it's all no's and not applicable to you.
I mean, let's take a minute to answer Beneath's question.
Sure.
Yes, Beneath.
Vineet, okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to ask about my work information that I have graduated in 2022. After that, I helped in my brother's business. So what should I select in the drop-down menu? Work information.
Just repeat that, please.
Yes, sir.
Can you repeat that? Say it again. Am I audible?
You're audible, sir. Okay, we can go ahead and take question from Diksha.
Diksha, go ahead, please.
Diksha, you're there?
Am I audible?
Yes,
You're
I can
audible.
hear you now. Yeah.
So my question is like there is this box where we fill out like what you have done. So I have recently completed my 12th grade last year.
Okay.
So after that I got passed out. I had just given some competitive exams, and later on I gave my IELTS exam, and after that in like Feb month this year I have got into the universities. So this is very basic question they ask me every time, like what you were doing from last 1 year. So I
No,
feel
you're
like they
talking,
don't feel very.
Diksha, 1 minute. You are talking about the F1 visa interview. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I think that we can address later. This is about filling in the DS-160 form.
No, sir, I'm asking that thing that there's this box where they ask what you were doing. Like we have to explain that. So in that box, how do I explain that?
What you were doing? Where was that
Yes.
mentioned in the box of what you were doing? What institution? See, you can straight away go to your where you did the institution where you did your 12th, and there afterwards you can leave out the competitive exams. You just go to what you have done. The next you went, and what was the next institution you joined? College?
I didn't join anything.
What did you do after your 12th?
So I just gave some competitive exams.
On which page are you referring to?
This is on like work education work page.
But in work education page, what did you do in between? I don't think there's. It's only which institution you have studied in earlier and what you have done. That's all.
Like in your what you have done in that there's this small box where you have to describe.
You have learned. I don't want to go back now because can you do one thing? Can you hold on when we are completed? Then we can address this point again.
Okay.
We'll go to the specific page and we look at it. Okay?
Okay.
Manshi,
Yeah.
is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine, sir. We can take it at the end of the
Yeah,
session.
at the end, you just make a note and I'll give you time to address this point on. Let's go to that page and look at it. I'll help, maybe able to help you better. Okay? Right now, I'm not able to see which box you are referring to. Okay, anybody else?
No, sir. I think we should.
Okay, I'm going ahead then. Okay. Now, this is the important again. This is from now on, it will be again where you all will have to be careful. Not difficult. Additional point of contact information. So you have indicated they're going to study in the United States. You should give at least 2 contacts in your country of residence. That's from India, who can verify the information that you provided on this application. You're not supposed to list your family members or other relatives. Okay. Surname, given names, street address, city. any two people you can just add. Okay. Preferably if you can add some people who some gazetted officers or something, it would be better. You know, with a it would have more weightage. Now the SEVI's information for F1 visa. You have indicated the purpose of your trip to the US is a student to exchange visa or exchange student, a student to a F1 visa, right? So following this information, and you have to give provide the information regarding the institution where you intend to study. In the I-20, you will be given the SEVI's number. So provide this information, the name of the school, the course you are pursuing, the address, the city, state, zip code. Okay. Next, the SEVI's ID, the program number. Do you intend to stay in the US? It will be no. You know, for your education, it will be yes. Name of the school, course, study. Okay, the same thing.
I think this is for J visa applicants,
This is the J visa.
as the header says.
This is the J. Yes, yes.
So we can skip.
Sorry, this is for J visa. Exchange students. There may be some exchange students also. I don't know. Now this part, page 57 is for is not for y'all. It's for the crew, for seamen. People are going out, and so you can skip page 57. Temporary work visa, that is page 58, can be skipped. Okay. Upload the photo there.
We are at page 59, sir.
Page 59. Okay. Page 59. Upload photo. This is all for related. It's upload photo, but for crew. But the same thing. This is how to upload your photo. So we'll cover this part. Okay.
Yeah.
I am on page 59.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Eyeglasses is not allowed in new visa photos. Okay. So this, click on the upload photo. Prepare the photo for submission. In preparing an image, select the photo, and then I'll give you details on the photo standards afterwards. 1 second, please. I'll just tell you. Pay attention to the photo requirements. The digital photo is mandatory for DS-160. You'll be asked to submit this digital image that satisfies the criteria for digital photos. Okay. Your digital image must be in JPEG file format. It should be equal to or less than 240 KB in file size. It should be a square aspect ratio, height equal to width, 600 into 600 pixels dimension. The photo size, existing photo should be 2 into 2 inches or 51 into 51 mm, 5.1 centimeters. Scanned at a resolution of 300 pixels per inch, 12 pixels per millimeter. That is the criteria for the photograph. Okay, here's pretty user friendly. Once you have your photo ready and approved, if your photo is not okay, you get a prompt that the photo is not acceptable, and then you'll have to use another image. So I'm coming to page 61.
Yeah.
After your photo is uploaded, it'll look like this. The photo has been successfully. I'm on 61, Manshi.
Correct.
Yeah, photo has been successfully. See, there's on top. There's a tick mark. Photo passed quality standards. So your photo has successfully been uploaded and passed all quality checks, and photo submission is accepted. So you can continue your application at the visa website. This is the confirmed photo. Page 63. Are we on page 63?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how it will be. You can edit the personal information. I'll give you another filled up form, but it's for a B2 visa, just to show you. This is how it will look. See, this is how it's all those other boxes and stuff that you are, which is not applicable, will not be there. It will be like this. Then the application review, the travel. Okay, this is for those people, not for you. Point of contact for them. This is a review. Family, how you review all the family information. Application review for work, education, training. This is how it will be. Application for security and background. All these no-nos which we were talking about. See, a whole long list of no's. So it will be like this. This is the E1 visa. We can skip page 69. We can skip 71. We can skip 72. 73 also we can skip. Okay, come to 75. This is the sign and submit. Successful sign and submit page. Please remember one point of caution here. Think twice, check, recheck, and recheck before you sign. Because once you sign and submit, then the application is done. You can't do anything. Read the following information carefully.
We can't edit our DS-160 once we sign and submit.
Once you sign, you cannot. So you'll get this. You have successfully signed and submitted your application. End of 75. You cannot make any changes on your application at this point. Please click next, confirmation. So this is when you get a confirmation. Sign and submit. This is the others, not for you. You can skip 78. You can skip 79. Yeah. You can go to 80.
Yeah.
This is the confirmation. This confirms the submission of the non-immigrant visa application 4. This is how it will look. So submitting this DS-160 is the first step in the visa application process. Then you review the internet page of the embassy or consulate where you plan to apply for your visa. Then you'll need to schedule a visa interview. Though some applicants may qualify for visa renewal. Okay, they may include some special local instructions for scheduling interviews, submitting your visa application and others, and other frequently asked questions. You need not carry the whole thing, just bring the confirmation page and your passport. You must submit the confirmation page with a clear and legible barcode at the time of your interview. If you do not have access to a printer, select the option to email your confirmation page to an email address. You need not submit the application at the time of interview. Proof and the other things you know. I'm only keeping to the DS-160. So that's it. All the others are just the acts. So that's it. That's what we have. That's how we walked you through the DS-160 form filling. Now, if there's any, I think we have. It's taken 1 hour 45 minutes. You'll
So
want.
we can take her question for which we have to go back to the form, right?
Yeah, let's go back to that. You spoke. What did she speak about? She spoke about.
Diksha, you want to?
Diksha, come. I'll tell you where she.
Okay, sir, I looked back into that thing. So this like work education one. So
Yeah.
so after like there is primary occupation.
Yes.
So in which I clicked on it, I'm non-employed.
I mean, you can explain it like that.
Okay, previous work, education, training, go to page 32.
Okay.
Now, Diksha, right?
Yes, sir.
Now you can tell me. Were you
So, sir,
previously employed?
so I wrote there like I'm not employed.
You are not going to write you're not employed. Where
It, I don't know why your
you
format is
you
different.
just say no.
Yes, sir, I wrote no there. So
Yeah.
after that, this little box appears. So there you had to explain like what was your reason.
That is if you were previously employed.
Okay.
No, that is only if you're previously employed. They have put yes here, so you'll see the field to make you understand. But once you say no in the live box, you won't see that field.
Okay.
So if you're not employed, what can you talk about?
So from last 2 months, I'm writing not employed.
No, you won't get this box when you're actually filling it live. Now you come to this next one. Have you attended any educational institution at a secondary level or above?
Yes, this
That
one
would be
is.
yes. So there you'll write name of the institution and the address. Finish. That's it.
Okay.
No box, no? Where's the box?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Good. That's what I was trying to see. I'm not able to.
Okay, sir. I think we are almost at the end of the session. I think right now we'll take questions from the Q&A section that people have posted. So whoever are present here, if you have more question, you can drop down your question in the Q&A section. I'll just read out the question, sir. You can answer it.
Yeah.
Okay, Rohan Sharma has 2 questions. I'll start with the first one. He says, when I started DS-160, I selected, I think you have already answered this live to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Rohan Sharma is saying, I did one mistake while registering at Zolve. I gave different email address with the phone number. However, I also applied Zolve to Empower as I pre-approve offer. Now I cannot make an account using the same phone number with Empower. How? Okay. So, Roshan, sorry, I was calling you Rohan. I don't know why. So, Roshan, if you have any questions regarding the Zolve platform, and this is for everyone, you first of all, you must click on the link and sign up to the Zolve so that you know the upcoming webinars and all the other services that we are offering. And if you get stuck anywhere, you can always write to hello@zolve.com. HELLO hello@zolve.com, and your query will be answered faster. Okay. Okay. Chiranjeevi is asking, in DS form, in that person/entity who is sponsoring for the trip, is it self or other person? Should he, I think what he means to say is what should he write if he's self-sponsoring it?
Yeah, that is his planning a source of funds. Who's funding him? So if it is somebody else, he'll write somebody else's name and the relationship. If it is self, then it will be. That option is given only if is who is funding your education. It is somebody else.
Is that the person/entity who is sponsoring for the trip, or is it self or other person?
No, I think you'll write there. It is not applicable. No, somebody else is not paying for this. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's asking you relationship with the person.
Correct.
So.
Okay, next question is by Vijay. Is asking, I completed BTech Civil Engineering in 2021. What should I put in occupation section, like student or engineer? I have 3 years gap after BTech. My visa was rejected. I have put engineering. I have put engineer previously in my DS-160.
No, he is not employed anywhere, right?
I don't think so. He has just done engineering.
No, no, I'm not asking you, but from the statement, obviously is not employed. So he has finished his education. You write the institution there where he has finished and what course he has done. He's a qualified engineer, yes, but that is not occupation.
Okay.
He's not worked anywhere,
So,
right?
Chandu is asking, previously I was refused due to overconfidence. I did not try to understand the visa officer's question properly and also gave a memorized script. Should I mention this in the DS-160 form under the have you been refused previously description box? I mean, definitely not in these words.
Who asked this question?
Chandu.
Chandu.
Yeah.
Chandu, can you hear me? Am I audible, Chandu?
Chandu, if you're here, you can write yes. Yeah, he's here.
He's here. Okay, you can hear me. What makes you think you were overconfident?
Let me give. Yeah, Chandu, you can speak up.
Yeah, speaker. Yeah, let me talk to him.
I'm audible.
Yes,
Yeah.
Chandu, I can hear you. What makes you think you were overconfident?
On that day, I was very loud and aggressive. I said very overconfident. I feel like I will get my visa. So when I'm giving my response, I give very loud. Even the side and back two members also can listen.
Okay.
Kind of.
Being confident about getting your visa when you go for a visa interview is the power of positive thinking. It has to be there. That is required. That's needed.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Okay.
About being loud, there are two things. You can be loud, and as long as you're proficient in English and your voice is a little loud and you speak a little slower and you're articulate, shouldn't be a problem. As long as you're not harsh. And I hope I'm getting across to you. But it depends on the words you use.
Mhm.
Did you use any words that were harsh or abrupt?
No, actually, I used proper words which aligns to the application actually.
Then I don't think that would be the reason.
Okay.
You would be rejected by the way you speak. If you were very harsh, you were very abrupt, you were impolite. You had a very a tone that was a little disturbing. Those things, yes, but otherwise, I don't think so. But of course, it's not difficult for me to say because I was not there. And there's a difference between overconfident and talking loud. Two different things altogether.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it doesn't matter. Probably if I get a chance to speak to you on and one-on-one, I'll know. And I'll tell you if you were overconfident, harsh, impolite, whatever. Or me or any one of the panelists who are with Zolve.
I
will
mean,
be able to
definitely
see.
he should book a session with you one-on-one and so that you'll be able to figure out where actually he will
Not necessarily me, anyone. I think they'll tell him straight away what exactly where he stands, and that will be helpful for him. Yes.
Yeah. For my why this university, I give memorized script actually.
That yes, that's
Yeah.
a big no. You should not have structured book language. You should be conversational, to the point and conversational. And sometimes, if you not always to the point, elaborate when you need to work it in your favor. You've got something to say which is going to work in your favor, elaborate. But structured by-hearted language can be easily seen. I can tell you, if you're talking after by-hearting something, memorizing something, anybody can tell you. So that's
and another mistake I have done, I didn't listen the question properly. When I've given um, memorized script, I feel like did I say right or wrong? A split seconds I was think.
Probably you didn't listen well. You spoke out of turn. You spoke before the question could be completed. Probably he's going to ask you something else. Maybe there's a precursor to the question he's asking you, and then he's going to ask you something, and you must have flew off the handle. So I think that could have been a problem. Yeah. Interviewers get irritated with that when you don't listen to their question.
Yeah, and also I asked, come again. I didn't get your question. She actually tired about it. Actually, she's not want to try to say it again.
Okay, I can give you that tip now, and this is for all those who are listening. Just come again. Bad, very bad.
Yeah.
Come again, officer. Mind repeating yourself, officer. Beg your pardon is old school. Nobody uses that anymore. But mind repeating that, can you say that again, officer, please? Those kind of things are nice. See, it's all about the tone. But just come again, a definite no.
Yeah.
Am I clear?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
fine.
Yes.
A little.
Thank
You
you
want?
so much.
I'll
Chandru.
elaborate later.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Actually, I
great.
said we saw the question she asked, what are the universities did you apply for? I didn't get the accent actually. I asked ma'am, actually, I didn't get it. She irritated about, I asked, I didn't get it. So she repeated again. And after my given my response, she said, I can't approve your visa, please try again. And I also accepted and I went.
Yes, yeah, I think you rubbed it the wrong way. Yeah, I can understand. But
Yeah.
remember, there are three things that they want to look at in an interview when you go there. One is your communication, because you're going there to study, right? If your communication is not good, the medium is in English, so they look at that. Number two is you're not a potential immigrant. You're not going there to scrounge off somebody. You have enough money to study there. You're not going to be a burden there in that country. And number two, you have something to come back to. You have strong family ties. These are the three areas.
Yes.
The rest is they just talk, but basically three things. You satisfy the communication, your funds, and good reason to come back. That does it.
Yes, I got it.
Cool.
Hope I was helpful.
Yeah, it's very helpful. Thank you.
Okay, right.
We'll take Roshan's question and then we'll end this session by listening to Vijay's question, right? So Roshan is asking in the section where you traveled in the last 5 years, should I mention countries which are visa free too?
Where did you travel? See, it's going to be on your passport, right?
Correct.
So I gave the thumb rule. Go by your, when in doubt, go by what your passport and your I-20 says. So if your passport is showing that you have been to these countries, not within the country, I'm talking about out of the country. Yeah, if you're gone, you can you mention it. What's there?
Cool. I think Vijay has a very elaborate question, so I would request him to go ahead and ask his question, and then we'll end the session.
Hello,
Yes, Vijay.
sir. I completed my bachelor's in the 2021, sir. After that, sir, after,
You completed in 2021.
yes, sir.
Okay.
And taken some online courses. After that, and joined in civil engineering company in 2023, sir.
So you graduated in 21 and then you got some work experience in which year?
Started in 2023, sir. June.
23 onwards. All right, fine.
Yes, sir. And after that, I take some gap, and I joined in another company in 2024 September, sir.
Okay. Say again. Which company? The second company is?
It's Eco Design Studio. It's also
No.
same.
I'm talking about which year?
2024, sir. Second company,
24.
September.
All right. Okay.
Yes, sir. And what could I mention in a gap, sir? Like explain tab.
Where is explain gap? Can you tell me?
Under what could I put some, like I have some gaps between first
No.
company and second
Where does
company.
the form ask you to explain a gap?
Like in the work education section.
I'm here on this page. Tell me, where does it say additional work, training information? Where does it say explain the gap?
No, there is no explain, sir. But in the work and education section, it has some
Simple.
employees details.
Okay, let me help you. Very clear. You have three things. Let me explain. 21, you finished your graduation, right?
Yes, sir.
Then in 23, you got your first job.
Yes, sir.
And 24, you got your second job.
Yes, sir.
That's it. So education is first form is where you have studied, which school, what you have done, your course 21. Then the next thing, when it comes to your experience, where your work institution you have worked in, there's an alternative. There's both, either a school or the place you worked. You put in the second one, the company you worked in from 23, and the third one is the company you worked in from 24. You don't have to explain the gap in DS-160. This may come when you may be asked to explain the gap when you go for your visa interview.
Okay, sir.
Probably.
And moreover, sir, in the
They ask you questions like, when did you decide to do your master's? Why do you want to go now?
Okay.
What is your, they want to see the link between your work experience and the course you are pursuing. So they're trying to bridge that gap. They're interested
Okay,
in
sir.
that connectivity. Basically,
Yeah, sir.
between you lost 2-3 years, really, they're not worried about that. They're interested in what did you do now? Why do you want to go and do a master's?
Okay, sir.
So if you are going to go, say, if you're going to go into software, or you want to go into cyber security, probably you worked in one company earlier. Okay, you went into the next company where you got exposed to cyber security, and you felt that for your growth to go up the corporate ladder, you needed to, I mean, advance yourself by a master's, which is required.
Okay.
And that's why I'm doing my master's, because I got interested in cyber security in my second job, and that's it. You show the link. So they are interested in that. Now, if you go for a work here in India, then they worry about why those gaps and all that. But for the US visa, they're not going to worry between 21 and 23, what have you done. They may ask you. Then
Okay.
I've done a lot of courses. Why you have not started working immediately? I was deciding whether, you can say many things. I was deciding whether I should go into business, or whether I should pursue my course, and then I thought I'll do some more courses. I was contemplating. You can give many reasons which I can explain. That can be explained by any of the interviewers. I mean, mock interviewers when you go for a
Yes. Yeah.
with F1 visa 1-to-1. That advice can be given. But with respect to the form, very simple. Yes, 1,
Okay.
2, 3, study, next work, next company. From when to
Okay. Sir, moreover, sir, I have another question, sir. Like in the occupation section, and what should I mention, sir? Like student, engineer, like there are some many categories are there.
yes, it depends. Once you see if you're employed, you'll write
Okay.
you write that whatever field you were employed, no, what you were employed as.
Okay.
You see
Like
what are the
previously,
options- see
yeah,
what are
sir.
the options you're getting, and just explain what you have been doing. And both the jobs will have different occupations. May have different occupations.
Okay. Actually, I have asked this question previously, sir, in this session. Previously, I put engineer in the occupation section.
Where?
In the occupation section, sir.
No. As an engineer, where?
Like in the occupation section, like a student, the many sections are many categories are
Okay.
there, sir.
Okay. And as a student engineer, you wrote
Yes, sir.
engineering or engineer?
Previously, I put engineer, sir.
What was the option?
And just as engineer, sir, civil engineer.
Then you put civil. You chose civil engineer. Occupation is civil engineer.
Okay. If I working as a civil engineer currently, then I go with engineering.
Yes.
It's no problem, sir.
You can even say you are qualified civil engineering, but later on you went into some other field. People do that. They change fields.
Okay.
And because of changing fields, they want to go and pursue a master's to support themselves
Okay.
with this kind of upscale their qualification.
Okay, sir.
This is the current nature of work, area of work.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
But I not clear that, so I didn't get your point, sir. Like in the occupation section, there is categories are there, sir. Like a student or some many categories are there,
If
sir.
you have completed your education and you are a civil engineer, your occupation can be civil engineer if the option is given to you, or engineer.
Okay, right.
Okay, clear. Now
Okay,
is it
sir.
clear?
Yes, I got it, sir.
Okay, fine.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for spending all the time with us. Thank you so much for giving all the instructions and all the help to students out there. I hope this session was really, really helpful to everyone. Any last words you want to mention, sir?
Okay, to address everybody, first, Panshi, thank you very much for asking me to take this session. It was a pleasure as always working with you. And to all the participants, remember, whenever you get confused in filling the DS form, I am going to again reinstate thumb rules. Keep to the truth as far as possible. If you have to hide something, it should be not recorded or have it on any of your certificates. Second thumb rule is simple. Go with what's on your passport and what's on the I-20. And remember, many fields I've been mentioning, I think, don't think that if you find something negative, you're not going to get your visa. No, it's not like that. As long as you can give a very sordid explanation, that's it. It's not going to be a problem. So, but one thing is very important. There should not be any conflict in what you mention in your DS-160 and what is seen in your certificate. So, or any recorded information that you have, or any declared information. That's all. I hope that all of you all liked the session and you all understood what I could say. I know that 100% will not be picked up in any session always, but I'm always available through Zolve. If you need,
Exactly.
you can get
In
Zolve
case
and it will be
anybody
there.
has any problem, they can always reach out to Brian sir by booking a one-on-one session with him through the Zolve app. The link for which is I have already put several times on the chat box. You can click on the link, sign up to Zolve, go to expert help session, and there's just a simple form that you need to fill, and within 24 hours you'll have a one-on-one session with sir. You can also join our WhatsApp group to stay updated with the upcoming webinars that we are having. And the next webinar is going to be on 22nd of November, where we will help you prepare for mock visa interview, the link of which is already in the chat box. You can go and register there. And I will definitely see you all in the next session. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Manshi.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks again for the support.
No problem, sir.
Yes.
Take care, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You too.